All right. So let's start over on a yoga mat if you have it, or just in a space where you're going to be able to move. You won't need very much space. You just need like a hallway. Okay. And we're going to start in child's pose. So that's knees apart, big toes touching, hips reaching back, and your head is going to rest on the floor, or if it doesn't rest on the floor, then it's on a pillow or a book. And we'll just take a minute here to settle in, feel our bodies, maybe a stretch in the back, in the shoulders, in the hips. See if you can start to feel your breath getting a little bit deeper. So longer inhales. Keep going. I just have to let someone in. And longer exhales. Your head is resting on the floor. I'm just not doing that because I have to talk. Notice if you can breathe in and out through your nose. So your mouth is closed. And if you don't have too stuffy of a nose, you're breathing in and out through your nose. So make your way forwards and we'll come to all fours. So your shoulders are over your wrists and your hips are over your knees. Good. And find some core engagement. So we're not just drooping down to the floor. You're pushing the floor away with your hands. Your belly is gently engaged. And then we'll find a cat-cow. Inhaling to let your belly drop towards the floor, head and tail up. And on an exhale, round through your back, like a cat hissing. And keep going with that motion, following your own breath as you inhale to find the back bend. As you exhale to find that cat pose. It should feel really good in your back, in your shoulders. And if it doesn't, find a way to do this that feels good for your body. Last one. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. And find a tabletop. So you're just parallel over the floor with a long straight spine. And continue to push the floor away. So you're not sinking down into the shoulders. Instead, your shoulder blades are spreading apart from one another. Your fingers should be spread wide apart from one another. Good. Tuck your toes and reach your hips back for a downward facing dog. Again, I have to let someone in. Sorry. You stay in. So downward facing dog, you might let your knees bend quite a bit so you can send your hips straight up to the sky behind you. And if you want to slowly straighten your legs because that feels good, feel free, or the knees can stay bent the whole time. Whatever works for you. On an inhale, let's come forwards to plank. Legs are straight, arms are pressing the floor away. On an exhale, press back to downward facing dog. We'll do that a few times. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Two more. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Last one, inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale, reach your right leg back and up off of the floor like you were going to do a split. And then on an exhale, step your right foot forward. So we're in a lunge. Good. You're going to spin the back heel down to the floor and come on up to warrior two. My front knee is bent. My arms are reaching wide. My back leg is straight. Good. Good morning, Yanni. Nice to have you here. We're going to reverse our warrior. So my back hand comes down to the back leg. My front arm reaches up and over to get a nice big stretch through the side of my body. And then return to warrior two. Let's do that a few more times. Keep that front knee bent. It should start to get hard. Reverse your warrior. And warrior two. Very nice. Last one. Reverse your warrior. And warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Phew. Triangle pose. You might tip forwards and touch your knee or your shin or your ankle or the floor, whatever you get. Finding a stretch through the back of the front leg. Very nice. Come back up. Warrior two, and then it's like you're cartwheeling your hands down to the floor, right hand, left hand, and step back to downward facing dog. Good. I'm going to turn around so I keep facing you. You stay where you are. We're going to inhale, reach our other leg up. Should be your left leg probably. And on an exhale, step the left foot forwards. We spin our back heel down to the ground and windmill the arms up into warrior two, second side. Very nice. So if your left leg is forwards, your left arm is forwards. Reverse your warrior, up and over, big stretch through the side of the body. And warrior two. Remember, reversing the warrior, my back arm touches my back leg and I side bend over. Good. And warrior two. Last one, reverse your warrior. And warrior two, and then straighten your front leg and tip into triangle pose. Very nice. Only going as far as feels good for your body. Come on up. Bend the front knee again, warrior two. Warrior again. And then cartwheel the hands down to the floor and step back, downward facing dog. We'll come forwards to plank once more and pause there this time. Really notice if your fingers can spread apart from one another so that you have a lot of parts of your hand touching the floor and helping support you. And then spin onto the outer edge of your left foot and stack your right foot on top of left, or you can step the top foot forwards so that you're in a side plank, whichever one works for you. The front leg can step forwards, or you can have your legs stacked. Good. The top arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Can you look up towards the top fingertips and breathe? Now, this is a lot of work for your hips. It was very good. And then release back to plank. Both legs straight, both arms straight. Let's try the other side, spinning to the outer edge of the right foot. Either your legs are stacked or you step the top foot forwards. Top arm reaches up, looking up towards fingertips. And then bring that top hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Let's walk our feet forward. So you're coming into a forward bend. Your knees can bend as much as you need to for this to be comfy. And catch your elbows, let your head dangle down towards the floor. If it feels good, you can sway from side to side. Feeling the stretch through the backs of your legs. Release your arms, bend your knees, and roll yourself up to standing. Good. Let me turn my camera so you can see my face. Good. Let's find mountain pose here. Your feet are under you. Your arms are reaching down and your head is reaching up. Just so you feel like you're lifting the top of your head up towards the ceiling. Good. Feel your shoulder blades relaxing. Shoulders are relaxing down. And if you're wanting a wall for balance, you might walk yourself towards the wall. We're going to take a tree pose. I place all of my weight onto one leg and I put my other foot maybe on the ground, and my toes can be helped just touching for that balance. Or I can bring my foot up the leg as much as feels good for my body. And hands can rest in front of the heart, or you could have your fingertips at a wall to help you balance. Or you could have a wall behind you. I see that happening too. Good. You're welcome to stay here with hands in front of your heart, or the arms can reach up. So you're really feeling this nice stretch through the side of your body. Good. Some of you did this with me yesterday, but more playful. But today, when we really focus and we can look at something in front of us that is still, you probably can find quite a nice balance. Your focus is soft, you're relaxed, you're still breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Good balance. Good. Let your arms open out wide. And can you, this is a question, can you reach the top leg out and try and touch your toe to your fingertips? Could you do it? 3, 2, 1. And lower that leg down. That was really hard. Good. Transition your weight to your other side. Bring your other foot up to however high on that leg feels good for you. Hands can rest in front of your heart, tree pose. Find your balance. Look at something in front of you to help you focus. When you want to, the arms reach up. Good. Your slow, calm breathing. And then open your arms out wide in a T position. Okay, here we go. This one takes a lot of strength. Can you straighten the leg? Try and touch your toes to your fingertips for 3. Very nice. 2, 1, and lower down. Good. Lower your arms down. Let's take our hands behind our back, interlace your fingers, and lift the hands up and off of the bum. When you do that, try not to drop into your low back. Keep your belly engaged. Just finding a stretch through the shoulders here. Good. And release. And this time, bring your arms forwards. I'll come closer so you can see. You're going to tuck your elbows into one another, and either you hug your shoulders or you press the backs of the hands together, or you can press the palms together. Okay, so your arms become a pretzel. Good. Take a look. Right now, my right arm is on top. If your right arm is on top, you're going to cross your left leg over your right leg and bend both knees. If your left arm is on top, your right leg comes on top. So I'm like a pretzel. I can show a little bit better if I roll my legs up. Okay. This is called eagle pose. You can just do the arms, or you can just do the legs, or you can fall out of it like I am. Breathing. This is another balance. And release. Mountain pose. Second side, bring your arms forwards, tuck your other elbow inside. So now my left elbow is inside of my right. If my left arm is on top, my right leg comes on top. I bend my knees. And here we are in eagle pose. And if you can't do the leg part, you do the arm part only. That's fine too. It's a wonderful shoulder stretch. Good. Breathing. And release. Let's come into chair pose. So bend your knees and reach your arms up alongside your ears. It looks to the side like this. Good. Sit down a little bit lower. This one becomes really hard for the legs really quickly. Let's take another 10 seconds here. Could you sit a little bit lower? Reach your arms a little bit higher. Breathe. And then fold forward, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. And lower your knees to the floor. Take a child's pose again. I'll meet you there in 1 second. Knees are wide apart, big toes touching, head comes to touch the floor. Child's pose. And bring yourself up. Then we'll come to a sitting position. All right. So you might find I'm going to get a blanket. You might have a pillow. You might not need anything, but I need to sit on a blanket so that I'm a little bit more comfortable. So I sit on a blanket or a pillow or whatever. And then I'm going to bend my right knee and stand it inside of my left leg. And if that doesn't feel good still, I sit up even higher. If your left leg is forwards, your left arm reaches up. And if you're doing the opposite, do the opposite. And then you wrap the elbow around and we'll take the other hand behind. So you're in a big twist here. If your neck can turn as well. So you're looking over that back shoulder. Can you still find your deep inhales and full big exhales in and out through the nose? Exhale to release. Other side. Other leg forwards, other knee bent. Inhale, whatever leg is forward, that arm goes up. And then twist around. It's turning as well. Looking over that back shoulder. Slowly releasing out. And let's find butterfly, or what's called Baddha Konasana in yoga. So the soles of your feet are touching, your knees are wide apart. And you can hold on to your ankles, or you can hold on to your big toes, whatever feels good for you. Think of reaching your knees down to the floor. Find a long spine, lifting the top of your head up, up, up. And then if it's available for you, I can only lean forwards this much, but you might be able to lean forwards more, however much you can, however much you want to today. Find that stretch through the inner legs. More breaths here. Very nice. If you have that pillow, let's take the pillow and you might use it for your head. We're going to come to lie on our backs. If you just want to lie on your back with your head on the floor, that's great too. Good. And have space to open your arms out wide. And we'll roll our knees into the chest and over to the side so you're in a twist. Our knees come to the floor on one side. Let's try it a different way. Bring yourself up. Cross one leg over the other. And if my right leg is on top, I turn to the left. So your top leg is still on top when you take a twist. There we go. Find your breath here. This should feel really nice as a stretch for your side, for your shoulder. Let your eyes close. It's going to be sleepy. Doesn't feel good. You could hug your knees into your chest so you're in a little ball. And then uncross the legs and roll yourself back up. Then let's take the other leg on top and turn to the other side. Second side twist. Eyes can close, focusing on your breath. And uncross your legs and bring yourself back up to center. Let's hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a squeeze with your arms and rock from side to side. A little massage for the low back. Then place your feet on the floor. If it feels good, put your hands on your belly, just if that doesn't feel weird for you. Otherwise, the arms can relax out by your sides. And for this last minute here, let your eyes close and we'll focus on your breath. So if you're touching your belly, you're feeling your belly move with your breath. If you're not touching your belly, just feel the breath in and out through your nose. Trying to focus on just your breath for this last minute of yoga. Open. You're going to roll to your side and press yourself up